Joining me today, I've got the most winningest player in Call of Duty Esports history, two-time world champion, current member of OpTic Gaming, Crimsix. Ian, it's great to have you on today, buddy. How are you doing on this fine morning?
I'm doing all right, man. I got the post-event sickness going on, so I'm a little bit stuffy. But other than that, I'm doing well. I'm doing really well. Last night was kind of a debacle, but yeah, it's all good. I'm looking forward to playing them again today. So
Absolutely. I saw a little bit of those those things going down, but let's go and talk about your team a little bit, because obviously that is the main topic of discussion, everything that's been on Reddit as of recently. But I want to rewind back to when the team originally formed, when 5v5 was announced. What was the immediate thought process that went to, what really was in your and Scump's mind regarding adding both TJ and Dashy to the lineup along with bringing back Karma?
well, let's see. So first thing we got was TJ, and I think Methods was still on the team then, but I don't know. Like at the end of the day, we got top 24. So I mean, honestly, we didn't even know if we were staying together in terms of like me and Seth. Like we honestly had no idea what was going to happen. We were just sort of trying to figure things out. That we obviously both wanted to, stay and keep this train going. So we sort of reached the conclusion that we need to start finding people fast. So another team, Rise, they got a really bad placing. And I think that bad placing was sort of what helped us a lot, because then we could get TJ. And I really thought that like TJ was like someone that Seth needed. Like if it went 4v4, like Seth needed a main sub to like complement his playstyle. So I was sort of looking at it, I was like, if TJ can go 40 and 40 in a map, or just neutral in a map, while he's being bait for Seth, that's going to make Seth better, which in turn is going to make our whole entire team better. So that was my whole thought process with him. And then obviously he's discussing at S&D. So yeah, I thought we were pretty well rounded if we get TJ, and then we got Dashy too. And honestly, no one expected him to be as good as he is. I don't even think Brandon expected to be as good as he is. So, and then so we had like those four, and this was we sort of like knew, like everyone sort of like unofficially knew it was going to be 5v5, but obviously nothing was going to happen until the announcement. And right when the announcement hit, called Damon, and then Damon wanted to like think about things for a while. So we were getting kind of scared, to be honest with you. So that's why that's why at the end of the interview I was saying like, Damon, thank you for coming back, because he was playing real hard to get. So
I was going to say, I kind of heading into my next question, whenever that, interview was happening post-champs, and you said, like, Damon, thank you for coming back. In your experience with teaming him for pretty much longer than anyone else has, why is it exactly that every dynasty has looked toward Karma specifically to help complete the team? Like, what is it about Karma that really is that X factor that can see and have teams, be able to have opportunities for success?
Well, let's see. Back in Ghost, and Black Ops 2, I mean, to be honest, you just never wanted to play against him. So, because he just had, like, he's one of those few certain players that has that clutch factor that, the map's never over until it's over, with Damon, and like when you're playing against him. So, and I mean, when you're playing with them, again, map's never over till it's over. So we can always come back, and we did that a couple times last tournament. But I mean, I think that this team being 5v5, I think Damon might be the most, like, one of the better players to like complete a 5v5 roster, because like he can literally do anything, right? And those players are, to me, are like the most valuable. So
Right. Now, like I said, you add TJ, you add Dashy, Karma's brought back. You're looking incredible online, and leading into CWL Vegas, you guys won 4 out of the 4 major online tournaments and hadn't even dropped a single series. But I will say we have seen success, somewhat similar to this in the past. But what do you think contributes to OG's early success in titles? Is it simply just hours put in?
I would say that, like passion to win, passion to just improve, because realistically, all 5 of us had like that fire that that you might find on another team maybe one or two people, but all five of us have it, especially after last year. Like TJ won all those events, and then COD champs got top 16. So it's like he's got to be pissed. He's got to be just as pissed as any of us. So Brandon, he's been sort of on the lower tier teams. It's kind of, we sort of realized like halfway through the event that half of his teammates that he used to have are now casters.
That's actually amazing. That's
like,
awesome. Actually.
Like who? I think we were talking about it. It was like Study.
Yeah.
Doug. Well, Doug's gone.
Right.
Ricky and Blast are still playing, but who else had he?
Right.
I'm not sure if he teamed with Nameless. I think he may have teamed with them.
Might have been, yeah. That's a
but
good point.
No,
that's actually hilarious to think about. Wow.
There was someone else that he played with. That's a caster now. But anyways, it's just like he's like, finally I'm on a team with like players that are at my level. Well, joke's on you, Brandon, because I don't think anyone's on your level. So, but yeah, it's just and then me and Seth, obviously World War II is completely terrible. Me and Damon always joke around saying, I wish you guys would have dropped me, because the end of World War II was probably the worst time in my whole entire life in the past like 5 years. So it was pretty awful. So
you guys definitely had, like I said, momentum. And from my opinion, after watching your guys' gameplay and kind of listening to a lot of people on Reddit, even the analyst desk as well, they were kind of, stating, and this is what I understood as well, you guys just knew how to play the game the right way. Like, you understood team tendencies, what particular bomb sites to go to, or even how to retake certain bomb sites, or how to rotate toward control points. But when in reality, I think the knowledge of how to win over a point of control or something like that was really like your guys' specialty over becoming better than everyone else. And, regardless, like we saw E United, Splice, they seem to have a decent understanding as well, to the same level that you guys had. But like I said, you guys coming on top, you win CWL Vegas with a 24-4 map count, which I did a little bit of research. That is the most dominant win we've actually seen in 15 major events, actually stretching all the way back to ESWC 2017, where it was actually your roster. Surprise, surprise, right? And you guys, I think, only dropped a few, like 3 maps, I think, in the pool play stage, and then went on to win the entire bracket flawlessly. But speaking on topic, right, with the dominance that you guys had, Dashy becomes MVP. Not really too much of a surprise to those who are watching the event, but I feel like it'd be a sin not to ask you, what is it about this guy, Dashy? Like, have you ever seen anyone play the same way that he has?
That's tough, man. I mean, I would have to say that maybe like Seth or Formal back in AW. That might be comparable. I don't think really any of this game to me is a lot like super fast paced in terms of like gunfights and stuff. And I think that Brandon just moves around the map and aims from target to target like faster than anyone else. And it's not even, I don't even think it's close. So like watching him get like we'll be in scrims and he'll have like a 4-piece as the final kill cam, and it'll be in slow motion, but it'll still look fast. Like that's insane to me that he can make something like slow down still look quick. So I think that's his greatest attribute.
Now, I know it's early to call, but what is Crimsix's thoughts? Because there's been a lot of people on Reddit, and I know it's early, right? After the dominant win you guys have at Vegas, even the online tournaments leading up into it, what is the potential for this team to potentially be essentially version 2 of the OpTic Dynasty? Is that even something that's in your mind right now that could be possible?
I honestly, in all these Dynasty runs, I've never even thought about that. I just think about the next event. I think that after you win the event, you have like maybe a 1-week high of just feeling on top of the world. But then after that, everything just resets. To me, you're always as good as your last game, or your last map, whether it was online, LAN, doesn't matter. So that's just how I think. So I don't even think like preparing for Dallas, I'm not even going to think about Vegas at all.
I think that's a good attribute to have, but obviously speaking on topic of dynasties, there's a reason why you've reached 33 major event championships. Your run with Cole/EG, as well as on the OpTic. But talk to me about the pursuit. I've been seeing it all over Twitter. I've been seeing it all over Reddit. Of course, it stars yourself, but what exactly is Crimsix's Pursuit? Like, what exactly is this new series that's coming out?
Okay, so the name, the Pursuit, comes from my goal that I set to myself, or I made for myself last year, sort of just to try to get on track. And this was after we lost in World War II. Like, the game was over. This was in the off season. I told myself that, like, I'm passing that 40 mark. I'm getting more than 40 tournament wins before I retire, before I even think about it. So, to me, that's what the pursuit is the chase from my number, which is right now 33 to 40. To me, all this, you see, like, everyone calling each other goats on Twitter and all this crap like that. There's one video game goat in console esports. Maybe me or Damon. That's for debate. But Ogre 2 is the real GOAT, and anyone that says otherwise, you're just flat out wrong. Okay? This guy, I mean, shit, he probably won for like 10 years. That guy won, like, he won 40 tournaments across like an entire decade. And I mean, like, is there anything more like success, or is there anything better than winning tournaments for 10 years in a row? Because I don't think there is. So, anyways, the pursuit is basically like Taylor, right? He's going to events to film me, but also like the team. So it's basically like a vision, like OpTic Gaming's vision, but more of like centralized around my chase of this number 40 championship wins. So pretty much there's going to be one every single event this year.
Right. Okay. Well, that's awesome to hear. Like you said, like whenever I heard that was, becoming a thing, and it's you kind of seen a few more details around it, I was like, wow, that's actually amazing to think about. 40 championships for Ogre 2 is absolutely legendary. I mean, coming from Halo, was he always, an inspiration? Obviously, you coming from Halo, was that always an inspiration whenever you saw Ogre 2 playing? Like, that could be me someday.
Man, this guy, dude, like I don't think, like, it's so different in the COD scene. And I talked to Formal about this, and it's actually crazy. Like, people in Halo like respected him so much that he could be completely wrong on something and no one would say a fucking word. Like, this guy was like, he was like, so either I don't think it was loved, I think it was respected, to the fact that no one would ever even try to shit talk him ever, because they just knew if they said a single word to him that he was gonna, Ogre 2 was gonna come back and smoke these guys in the next tournament. So, obviously, I with the maturity levels, I don't think that'll ever happen in Call of Duty. But to me, I thought that that was so fucking cool that someone has like reached that level of like mutual respect among players. And well, maybe that's not really going to happen in Call of Duty, but to me, that like he was a role model in that regard. Just the fact that like he had that status, just from being good, just from winning tournaments, for so fucking long. So, again, I wish I strive to be like him in that regard. So,
I will say my biggest kind of worry for the old OG dynasty, whenever you guys did obviously win the championship, you closed the biggest storyline in Call of Duty Esports history, was my question was, what is there left for this team to accomplish, right? Because like I said, the biggest dynasty is done. They've won the big one. They've got the rings. They've won every title up into then. And now what exactly is there to motivate them now? And I will ask you, is the pursuit now to try to find these 40 championships to pass, what is considered the console GOAT in Ogre 2, is that what drives Crimsix now to be the best player ever?
I mean, yeah, man. To me, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to win the next event, and I'm not trying to like count and do all this stuff. But that's definitely what drives me. I think now, like before, it's been a point where like, holy crap, like I got 20 wins. This guy's double mine, and I never thought that I could like actually reach it. But now it's getting to the point where like within the next 2 years, like I think I gotta go 7 for, if there's 6 events next year, and then I gotta go like 7 for 12, which to me is completely doable. Especially with how good we are in Black Ops 4. So, that's the goal. I mean, that's what I want. That's what I want to do, and I think if I can hit that mark, then and pretty much it will like solidify me in like the history books, you know.
Right. Like kind of like a Hall of Fame almost to an
Yeah, yeah,
extent. Yeah.
exactly. Like that, and that's what ultimately what I want. So what I really, really want.
Right. Well, I, along with everyone, are obviously very excited to see this series, but when and where can we see the pilot for The Pursuit?
So it's going to be on my YouTube channel on I think it's Tuesday, right? Is that the 18th?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow. It's coming out tomorrow, guys. We're recording this Monday the 17th. So what it's going to be, I'm not sure if it's going to be like 1 or 2 parts per event. I think I might end up like editing it, by the way. I might just like right now I think it's going to come out in like Friday, Saturday, Sunday in terms of videos. But I think for the future ones I might just do it all in one video, one long video. But yeah, it's going to be on my YouTube channel Tuesday, and then I'm not too sure about the parts 2 and 3, but obviously the sooner the better is going to be ideal. So be sure to check it out, guys.
Definitely. Like I said, if you guys are interested, feel free. We'll have a link in the description to The Pursuit. Crimsix, thanks so much for joining me today, buddy.